time. Now, Darwin's finches has a particularly short period of time for song learning, and that is between day 10 and day 40 after hatching. That's the only period it has to learn a song. And it learns that in association with the song, the morphology of the appearance of the bird that it hears and sees singing most. And this, of course, is the parents. The mother does not sing, it's only the male, the father that sings. But the father is feeding the birds at this time, constantly singing, so young birds learn their father's song. And just one incident which shows you how robust this is that in the 1970s, an assistant of ours saw a cactus finch with a cactus spine in its throat, and instead of singing cha-cha-cha-cha, it sang a very croaky cha-cha-cha-cha. And its son learned that croaky version of the cha-cha-cha. And that son passed it on to its son, And even this year, when we were on the island, we still have some birds singing this very croaky song. So once the song is learnt, it is retained for life, and life can be as long as 17 years. Now, when adult individuals will pair up according to the song and morphology they learnt early in life. So this, of course, constitutes a really pre-mating barrier between the species to interbreeding. So we can ask, how robust is this barrier? Because after all, it is based on learning and what happens when they learn another species' song. Now, this does happen occasionally, and it happens when there is a nest takeover. Scanders in the bottom picture here is a little bit bigger than Porter's. It often takes over the nest. Normally it turns out all the eggs, but occasionally an egg is left at the bottom of the nest, left behind, grows up as a tortoise in a Scander's nest, and learns its foster father's song. It also happens when there are birds nesting very close together, and the father dies, the mother is left to rear the offspring, she doesn't sing, and so the offspring will learn the natal neighbor's song, and if that natal neighbor is a bird of another species, it will learn another species' song. And when they grow up, they try to mate with that other species. Now, for this barrier to be breached and for hybridization to actually occur, two species must be similar in both song and size, because if the size difference is very different, even learning another species' song does not lead to hybridization. And we have an example of this. Magnorostris, which Peter told you arrived on the island in 1983, built up a population. Now it's over 200 individuals. And during that time, we have had 8 porters which have learned a Magnorostris song. So instead of singing mostly muesli, they go cheer, cheer. But none are bred with the Magnorostris. And what happens is that these porters, as soon as they start to sing a Magnorostris song, it's a perfect Magnorostris song, a Magnorostris whips in and just beats the living daylights out. And we had one little tortoise that was very, very persistent. He sang this Magnorostris song. He got beaten up. He sang less and less. He sang quieter and quieter. He crept down underneath a bush. He sang. And eventually he started to sing less and less and less. And then eventually he stopped completely. He didn't sing at all. And then he got a mate, and he got a mate in his own species.